This week on Reliving the Extreme, we have more first run matches than we've had in a few weeks. Not that they were necessarily great, but they're there. And we also have, let's just keep talking about that $5 deal. We'll do that too. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reliving the Extreme. Nate Maxon here with you, along with my brother Aaron.
Hello.
And Chad Austin is here.
Hello.
How we all doing out there tonight, guys?
I'm good.
I'm pretty drunk.
Well,
I
it is
do all day.
It is WrestleMania weekend, and that we were discussing that before we went on the air. A lackluster, I think, lineup for WrestleMania this year, but we'll see. Sometimes the lackluster lineups turn out to be the better shows at times. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, if you're looking for match quality, you're not going to have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking for moments, that's probably going to be the issue. It's going to be Baboony, and I don't know, whatever the what is it? Lesnar, not Lesnar, the Lashley, whatever the
Lashley McIntyre,
the Edge match probably.
Mm-hmm.
That'll probably be your two big like Sports Center moments kind of thing. Baboony is going to be your Sports Center moment. A fucking idiot.
I think it might already have a name for this show.
Baboony.
Baboony at WrestleMania.
Baboony.
I love it. Well, this week's show, we're discussing November 23rd, 1993, that edition of ECW. And, well, we start off the show with a recap of that horrible ending to last week's show. And a 911 call. I believe Matt Radico making that call.
I don't know, man. I mean, his name was Matt. He was calling from the ECW studios, and he was very vague. He was so vague. He didn't even want to give the address.
Yeah, so pretty much like it's somewhere in Philly.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
Where are you? I'm at the ECW arena.
And they took his purse. Like he didn't give any description other than we're in South Philadelphia, and I can't believe this.
This was even worse the second time around.
That fucking crack staff of cops they got in Philadelphia, dude.
Oh yeah, that cop. We're gonna get to him. Jesus.
Oh, Bob Ortiz? I'm pretty sure that was Bob Ortiz wearing a fucking policeman's hat. I was got it says from South Philadelphia.
I was watching that thinking I can't wait to hear Chad and Aaron talk about this cop thing.
It's Bob Ortiz.
Jersey One TV, is that really even a TV channel over there?
Well, if it was, Paul was not paying money to be on it. Aaron, I have no idea about this.
I know Joey opens the show and he's hyping the November to Remember recaps, and then he talks about how ECW is they want to be part of the community, so they're the hardcore, violent promotion of the community. They're here to help the kids. And
then helping the kids.
and then they show us footage of the Public Enemy being arrested, courtesy of the Jersey One TV news, and Johnny Grunge says, "Go ahead and put us in a cell next to Vince."
Is this while they were all handing out kendo sticks to the kids? Like,
would you like your?
Like, we're doing it for the kids. You know, you gotta take care of yourself.
Would you like your kendo stick or your Sal Balomo stuffed animal? Those are your choices for this evening.
Seriously, we still got Sal Balomo.
Yes, we do.
Don't blow
it. Well, we go from that segment to Kevin Sullivan.
Don't forget it's Todd's office.
Yeah, the cop. He's at the precinct, but he's right in front of Todd's big fucking map that we've seen like 18 times. That cop was a fucking train wreck.
I didn't even catch that.
The map?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, how could you not?
Didn't even care.
He was probably 4 steps away from where they filmed the attack.
I was too preoccupied thinking about, oh, I can't wait for Chad and Aaron to sink their teeth into this.
You didn't.
It's the most incoherent.
There was a push pin in Philadelphia. It was the only thing on the map. You didn't catch that?
Nope.
Oh my God. Go back and watch the last 2 weeks of the show. And then we were talking about that big, gigantic map that's on the back of the wall. But yet, the police department. I mean, Todd must know somebody. I don't know. Maybe he's got a big map of the world that, it's geographically, logical, or he pinpoints, well, I'm going to run here and 2 blocks away. But yeah, he had a pinpoint in Philadelphia that you didn't see.
Yeah, that cop, fucking moron. Worst cop ever.
It was Bob Ortiz. I'm telling you it was. I'm telling you it was Bob Ortiz.
Up next, we have Kevin Sullivan in action against one of the twins.
Keith,
You gonna finish your statement?
I think I must have dropped off. Sorry.
Keith Shearer.
Keith Shearer, yes.
One of the fantastic Shearer twins.
Which Chad told us about last week. We're going to see Keith. We're going to see Kyle later on in the show. But this match involves Keith versus Kevin Sullivan. And Woman is at ringside with Kevin in this one.
Good God. Is Woman not good looking, dude?
Oofa. Yes.
Dude,
You know how to wear that dress, man.
Right. Aaron, dude. She is so stunning on camera. But I mean, I don't even want to say unfortunately, because that's not even doing her justice. But I'm close. She's not quite as hot. But looking at her on camera, God damn, is she fucking stunning?
Mm-hmm.
She is fucking gorgeous, and I got to see her at 8 o'clock in the morning, looking the same way. What time did you get up to fucking look like that?
Right.
What the fuck?
She definitely had a presence about her, and I don't think she got the attention that she deserved before she passed, if what I'm saying makes sense. With people having conversations about women in wrestling, sometimes I think she got skipped over for not only how pretty she was, but how good she was in general,
Yeah, she never had the impact, because she never had an impact moment. It wasn't like she ever turned on Kevin back in the day, or the whole entire thing with Doom. There was no payoff for that, right?
No, they just one day she wasn't their manager anymore.
Yeah, so, she never had the impact. But yeah, I mean, Woman deserves her right. I obviously she deserves it right, but I don't know where it would be. Would it just be like a person of influence?
Yeah.
How would you classify her?
I think that most definitely an underrated, a person of influence, just a person that I'm sure that a lot of the ladies afterwards, along with Sherry, especially women in the business that were going to play heel, took a lot of mannerisms from her, a lot of inspiration from her and Sherry, a kind of a combination of those two, and you got a winning combination there if you could put that together.
How much you would have bet that Sherry made Woman made more money than Sherry and all them other high-profile girls combined because she was with Kevin Sullivan?
Probably, yeah. They probably were even a package deal, I bet. At this point, anyway.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I'm sure it was. But goddamn, she was hot. But at $5 a pop, I can't believe she's coming out on that show.
She might not. Yeah, I was gonna say she might not be at the next TV taping.
No, but once she saw that TV commercial for the $5 a ticket, she probably said, "Why am I going to be there? Why don't I just send Tiagra or whatever her name is?"
The tickets for the ECW arena and Angel have something in common.
Yeah,
$5 a pop.
Hey-o. So, quick question. They mentioned, I was going to ask you, Chad, because I don't know if you even know. Were you at this taping?
I have no idea. I have no idea where it was at.
Oh, see, that's what I was going to ask you, because they said it was at a local high school, but I didn't know where that actually was. I don't think they ever actually mentioned it. They didn't say it was a community college, so that's good.
And I actually could have been there,
Mhm.
but without knowing the name of it, I don't know, because it could have been. Do you know how old that footage could have been? Because it was just B-roll, right? Like nothing happened.
Yeah, there was no angles or anything on it.
Yeah, Aaron, right? Nothing happened.
Oh no, I mean,
it was just a match.
Yeah, that could have been anywhere. They just said it was some high school. You know, Joe was just like, yeah, we're at the high school.
Like the medical facility. Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's WrestleMania at the Brady.
Oh, you know what? Side story. I work with one of those guys that calls every wrestling show WrestleMania. You know, me and another guy at work today were talking about WrestleMania, and then this guy's like, "Yeah, I went to WrestleMania up in Toledo once."
Wow.
Every show's not called WrestleMania, asshole. Anyway,
who was on
sorry.
it? Ian Rodden? Was it star-studded?
Up next, we're in the office that apparently the police press conference also took place in. Todd Gordon's office. And what's the story on this? They're moving their taping from Maryland back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're like, fuck you, Maryland. Philly's better. And there were 1,500 people at that last show. I don't think there were 1,500 people at that last show. I don't think they had 1,500 people at the November to Remember.
Oh, at the arena?
Wrong. Yeah.
No, I don't think they even did anything close to 1,000.
He claims they packed 1,500 people in there for the November to Remember.
Well, anybody can claim what they want. I claim that packed fucking whatever in my living room tonight to watch me watch diners, drive-ins, and dives while I'm doing the show. That don't mean it's actually factual. I don't think they started packing 1,000 people in until after November to Remember, like '94. I don't think so, because I don't remember the bleachers being there. I remember the standing room only. But I don't remember the bleachers.
Right.
Until then.
Yeah, well, and that footage from November to Remember, it actually, because of those lights, when I first saw that footage from November to Remember, because of those lights, to me, it actually looked more like those nightclub shows that they showed like Davy Boy and stuff at one point. Like it didn't even look like the ECW arena. Yeah, the sports bar. And it didn't even look like the ECW arena. And there's no way there were 1,500 people there. No way.
There was definitely more people at the show that I was at that weekend, because it was the sole show at a high school than there was there. Completely. Like there was, 1,700, 1,800 people at the show I was at. And it wasn't even lit up like that. I mean, it didn't even have that Tom Brandy, I'm going to take off my clothes lighting. And they were going to play, what was that R. Kelly song, whatever Howard Stern always plays.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, Bump and Grind.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, it was. You got Tommy Dreamer and Tom Brandy or Johnny Gunn out there or whatever, with that amazing spotlight doing a dance. Why not take advantage of this, man? I almost think like
it's the night that Tom Brandy danced atop the ECW arena.
Well, there you go. We might have a name of this show.
Sincerely. Oh. But Todd is talking about, like we alluded to at the beginning of the show, this next ECW TV taping, $5 tickets. And believe me, by the end of this show, you cannot forget that these tickets are only $5 for the ECW.
And free parking.
And free parking.
It's always free parking. Nobody ever charged anybody for parking. It's not even a parking lot.
It's like
You can't charge somebody for free parking on an unpaved gravel lot that's underneath Route 95. You can't do that.
it's like advertising your complimentary mints at the oil change place. They were always complimentary.
Well, wait till everybody gets the bill when they leave our wedding. Because we'll pay up front, but you're going to pay in the back. And don't forget the tip, because you were invited.
You won't offend us with cash.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, we get an. Oh, sorry.
It was crazy. It almost seemed like it started to get at some point like Paulie was trying to impress somebody.
Mm-hmm.
With what I mean, because didn't the audio sound like they were over trying to sell the attendance and how great it was? It was almost like Paulie might have somebody new that he's entertaining,
Mm-hmm.
as far as a business partner. Because I'm just going, he's going out of his way to sell this nonsense. It was November to Remember. It was like, 572 people. 75. All right, I'll give you 76 people there.
No more.
But yeah, but it sounded like he made it sound like it was the fucking end of the world. Joey Styles even said the greatest show ever held in Philadelphia. And Todd said it too, correct?
Yes. And Todd said it with gusto. And you're right, though. It's the exaggeration of everything is maybe they were trying to sell this. Maybe they're trying to use this, trying to sell to more markets or trying to, I don't know, get more investors. I don't know what the deal was, but
yeah, almost like Paul had somebody like interested, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now that you mention, I mean, I didn't put that. I just saw it as hype. But now that I put that all together, or you put that all together, I can totally see that. Because obviously Paul is taking. I mean, we see that in the future, but at this point in time, if we're talking about this day and time, Paul is taking whatever the potential this company has much more seriously than Eddie did.
Oh, clearly he's got a much more of a vision.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even from whatever TV clearance they already have, just being on Sports Philadelphia right now. Well, I mean, what else are they on? They're on Sports America, but how many affiliates?
Right.
Like Paulie's trying to build something. Eddie was just there to grab as much cash as he could before it ran out.
No, you know what? I don't disagree with you on that, but I do think Eddie had like a more of a longer term problem. Not problem. I mean, solution. But I think there wasn't enough time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eddie came from Memphis, right?
Yeah, well, and not only that, but you can tell me if you think I'm wrong. Eddie, it obviously, like you said, he had a vision, he had a plan, but he didn't have the players to execute that vision or that plan. I mean, the Super D's ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna cut it, man.
I mean, maybe in your fantasy federation that you play with your little, your little fake wrestling figures and all, and the Super D's are the end all be all of your WrestleMania weekend. But I mean, in my world, I think a Sir Christopher Michaels could totally like carry the torch.
You have to play it out though for at least a year till you pay it off with the Bugs Bunny impersonation. You can't go with the big guns right off the bat. You got to start with some underneath characters. Your Marvin the Martians and such, and then you work your way up to the Bugs Bunny.
Well, I really can't argue with that one.
Or the Baboonie, as it were. But yeah, either way. And now we get another ad for the ECW Wrestling Academy. Another ad with Maddie talking about November to Remember. If you didn't see it, it's a regret you'll never forget or whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're still talking about that. And then we get Joey Styles to interview the ever so charismatic Angel.
Oh,
And
well, she's
Aaron-
a doozy.
yeah, oh, she's a doozy.
It is what it was. She had a black eye, and it's supposedly from Sherry, but who knows where she got it.
Well,
just-
she does say in the ad or in the promo, everyone knows Angel.
Yeah.
Aaron, she had the scar above her eye from the Sherry punch, but you're right. She had a black eye that wasn't from a Sherry punch. I mean, who's this Brado money to? You can't. I mean, how are you going to go on TV? I mean, granted, I thought her promo was. I thought it was great for what she was. It's Angel. Seriously, don't even get me started. But yeah, she cut the promo. It was the get in, get out, get on, get over, get by. But yeah, but you had more injuries than you're selling. Where are all these injuries coming from?
There's a story here. There's a storyline that we're just not going to follow, I guess.
Yeah. What about the bus wreck that you got into when you were driving over here on the bus? Yeah, you're right. She had two black eyes.
Yeah.
She was breastfeeding. I mean, she had babies crying in the background. It was awful.
And then we get a video about Sherry to a version of Back in the Saddle.
Well, as a matter of fact, I forgot to tell you, Jess just told me that we're giving $12 a month to Angel. We saw her infomercial on Antenna TV, and we're gonna give her 12 cents a day. Is that what it is? I mean, because we want our kids to feed, Yeah, I was like, oh, I know her. And she's like, is she worth 12 cents a day? I go, I don't know, babe. 12 cents. That's a lot of money. So now we're signed up.
You get a weekly You'll get a weekly packet explaining to you the process of Angel
and the pictures. The pictures, the pictures of how
I get one of her old calendars. Yeah, where she had blonde hair. Remember them days when she came out when she had the blonde hair? Oh, yeah. She was candlelight. What a vixen she was. Yeah. 12 cents a day, it's really going to give me a lot. And actually, the calendar is from 1994. I think we just got it.
There's a picture over at Cat's Deli getting a pastrami sandwich.
Yeah, I'm going to be late for my wedding because my wedding's going to be on a Thursday now, not on a Sunday. Because it was the calendar we're using is 94. But Angel looks good, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, she, all right. I'm going to move on from that. Like I said, we get a version of Back in the Saddle, a video showing us footage of sensational Sherry. Maddie's back. $5 deal on those tickets. Free parking. Beating it into our heads. And now we get another one of the Bring ECW to Your Town commercials. If you want your high school to have ECW, call this number. And you can also call the same number in the same commercial or in the next commercial for the ECW hotline. I'm kind of running through these ads here. And then we also got the ever enthusiastic Jimmy Snuka ad for ECW. They threw that one in there too.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, the woo, what are you going to do about it? No, not even a TCB. Just a, what are you going to do about it, brother?
I actually liked the Sherry recap. That Back in the Saddle again video with Sherry. I actually popped for that because Sherry's, I have a special spot for Sherry. And I was like, dude, she looked great. And she was yelling at Angel in the promo, but she was beating up Malaya. And like, I'm just going, she's like, you floozy tramp, whatever. I'm like, dude, your Angel's the one cutting the promo, but you're beating up Malaya. Kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, and then all of a sudden, then there's Brandy again. Tom Brandy. I don't know what the hell was going on with this. Who thought this was a great idea?
Apparently, at some point, Tommy Dreamer and Tom Brandy got the first ever Money in the Bank contract, and nobody knew it because they cashed it in on Johnny Hotbody and Tony Stetson. They show us the footage from November to Remember of them winning. That's Dreamer and Gunn, that is, winning the ECW tag team titles. And then we go to a match as the former champions, Johnny Hotbody and Tony Stetson, are taking on JT Smith and the Sandman. JT playing up the knee injury from a few weeks ago with the angle with Terry Funk. And Sandman during the match refusing to tag JT because of the knee. JT tags himself in. And there's some chicanery in this match we're going to talk about. But Aaron, you first? Anything? I know you got some. Hunter Q is here.
This thing's fucking sloppy. This entire match was sloppy. It was no good, and I didn't find anything redeeming about it whatsoever. It was just bad. All the way around.
Why?
I just thought it was a train wreck. Nothing. It was pointless. They were in the big stupid sunglasses at the beginning of it, and it was just this match made me mad.
This was all for the kids to be able to chant Kmart suit.
Oh, the kids?
At Hunter Q Robbins. Yeah, all the kids, all Sal's kids chanting Kmart suit.
Because
at
that's
Hunter
exactly
Q.
The route that ECW is trying to take. They want to cater to the kids, right? Uh-oh.
Got to the kids.
Yes, yeah. They're catering to the kids. No, they're not. Why are you catering to the kids?
You're in the same breath, and that it's growing, and it's a promotion that's confused about what it is.
It's ECW.
You still have, I think you still have. Do you think it's a matter of Todd still trying to do what he wanted to do before Paul showed up? I mean, trying to be, with the community thing and the variety club thing and the kids and the et cetera, et cetera. It's like,
well, that's
it's
extra money.
Right.
Yeah, that's the extra money part, because yes, you want you why would you try to go out and promote shows when you can sell shows to organizations? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? So yeah, Todd was like, look, I work with a bunch of fucking retarded people. I got places all over here that are handing out money. Why don't we hook up with these fucking idiots?
And we got to talk to him now, because last week they took the Sandman with them, if you remember.
Yeah. Sandman was laying in the back of an Easy Rider with a Jamaican kid with a cleft palate. I saw it. But because of Todd Gordon, that kid, he got his cleft palate. It only cost Todd Gordon $29.95. I mean, for what, a year? I mean, I only look at the internet.
Like Aaron said, this match isn't good. I mean, the do-rag gimmick. You know what? They never should have put Tony Stetson with Johnny Hotbody, because Tony Stetson was doing pretty good there on his own. We even discussed it on the show. He had a pretty good look going when he was doing his little feud with Tommy Cairo. Then they put him in this ridiculous thing with Hunter Q and Johnny Hotbody, and that's that. Hunter's team winds up winning after he cracks Sandman with a cane.
Fucks it up the first time, though. He falls off the ring.
He
falls off the ring, and they make it like he bumped, but Sandman bumped him, but he fucking fell. Then he had to get up there and do it again.
Yeah, I rewound it to see if it was intentional or not. Like I was like, was that supposed to happen? Nope, that
No,
wasn't
that
supposed to
fucker
happen.
fell off the ring.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, there was no reason to show this match other than they just needed. I don't know what. What do you think it was? 9 minutes, 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw this out there, because in 2 or 3 weeks, nobody's gonna remember any of these guys. But I actually think that Hotbody and Stetson wearing them do-rags, they could have stuck around. Right? Do you not think that?
No, it didn't work for me.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's all I needed. I just needed some reassurance.
I'm glad that you were trying to help me out if I did like it. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. But no, yeah, that was stupid. And like I said, I mean, the do-rags of doom. Oh God, you're gonna put women with them. Don't ruin her.
She can put one on.
she might be able to get him over, for Christ's sake. Peaches comes in and attacks Hunter Q after the match. He gets her down on the ground, and then the faces come in and make the save. Absolutely nothing happens here. The only thing that happened, or the only I guess purpose that this could have served, was just to remind you that there's something going on with JT Smith and Terry Funk, just to be able to talk about it.
There still is.
Yeah, they're still yammering on about that.
I mean, when's the last time Terry Funk was in Philadelphia? Like, theoretically. By the time these TV tapings air, it's been weeks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he's calling Terry and Terry's not answering? or Terry's calling JT and he's going, what? What do you know?
My horse is
What
my horse
you want?
My horse is sick. I went home.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he's saying that? Like, how is the angle playing out to where anything is legitimate? Because Terry hadn't been there. How about you confront the guy after the incident?
Right.
I don't know. Go to the locker room and go, what the fuck was that? And then you just so happen that Gordon Soley's back there going, there's a Crimson mask. It's a souffle. Blah, blah, blah. You go, what the fuck was that? But no, they drag it out. Like, there's no, like, what is the story? Explain to me what's going on.
It's disjointed because they initially the problem with it. Well, there's multiple problems with it, as you just pointed out. But one of the biggest problems with it is all of a sudden they just had a show where JT Smith was in a match, and Terry Funk is all of a sudden his mentor at ringside. We never saw any vignettes. We never saw any explanation for why this happened or Terry taking a liking to JT. They talked about him being his mentor, and then in the same show, they had Terry turn on JT Smith. So, yeah, I mean, the story itself is, I don't know. I agree with you, Chad. It's confusing, and they're dragging it out.
Then last week, he wasn't even cutting a promo about JT Smith. He was cutting a promo about Sabu. Like, he doesn't even care about JT Smith.
Well, he's going to cut a promo in a minute again, not about JT Smith. Right? Doesn't he cut a promo in a minute about, I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, they're gonna re-show the thing from last week where he chokes Joey Styles, and that's the other thing too with Terry is they don't know whether they want him to be a babyface or a heel in this promotion at this point either, because they just turn him. You know, he's turned more times in the history of ECW than the Big Show, and there's that too. Up next. A video on Shane.
It almost sounds like to me like they're starting to blur the lines between baby faces and heel. Like, do you think Paul already saw this, or do you think this is like something new?
Oh, I'm sure he saw it. I'm sure. His vision is there. It's just like I said, I see him trying to pull Todd in his direction is what I see. And I could be totally off base. But that's what I see is I see a reluctant Todd Gordon who's got this crazy, brilliant man, working with him, trying to pull him in a certain direction, and Todd being just an independent promoter wanting to promote independent wrestling.
Yeah, like everything Paul has, Todd's not ready for.
Mm-hmm. You agree with me, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think it's kind of a disjointed show at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Which always makes my notes disjointed too, because I write down these thoughts and then I'm like, I feel like I'm schizophrenic when I'm writing my notes, because I'm right. Okay, well, this is happening, but this is happening. This guy's feuding with this guy, but he's talking about this guy, and Chris Michaels is doing a fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle impersonation. What is going on?
ECW. What's the matter with you?
I did not write down the song. I do not remember the song, but they played a video highlighting Shane Douglas.
Bang a Gong by the Power Station.
I think my wife was talking to me when this was on.
All right. Well, here's a chance where I'm going to give Aaron the chance to shine. Did you write down all of the definition words, the Webster's definition words?
Wrote down one of them, and it was Webster's Dictionary, 93 edition or whatever, and the word was wrestler, and the definition was one who wrestles.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, wrestler, one who wrestles.
Damn, that's what I thought. Man, I remember that too. I was like, I wonder if Aaron's going to catch that.
Plumber, one who plums.
Yeah, it was an all right video, and it's a good song, but it just seemed like pointless. It seemed unnecessary. But
what was the song again?
Bang a Gong, the remake of the Power Station that was like led by Robert Palmer did.
Oh, okay, whatever. That's fine. I don't know. But I just saw all I did was see like the definition thing, like
wrestler, one who wrestles.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm walking out of the room, and I walked out of the room because I had to put dishes away or something like that, and I walked back in, and I was like, they're still doing it.
They do not skimp on the videos in these shows. Like, they're like, you know what? We're going with the whole fucking song. It's the whole song. It's even going to fade out. We're even going to go to the fade out. It's going to fade out. We're playing the whole fucking song, and we're not paying. And we're not paying for it either. God damn it!
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, I was like, okay, they're putting over Shane, and they're still putting over Shane. I had to go pick up my daughter from school, and they were still putting over Shane. I came back and I walked in the house, and I still see it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Up next, we have Mr. Hughes in action against Keith Shearer's twin. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more. Kyle Shearer, and Mr. Hughes pretty much just beats him up, and we have Jason on the outside. Mr. Hughes wins with a sidewalk slam. And what do we got for this, guys? I thought it was a squash. I mean,
I think I'm going to put up a poll on the Reliving the Extreme and let the people vote and settle the fucking long-term thing we're just going to put an end to it. Who's better, Keith or Kyle? Who's the better worker? We're going to figure it out.
Wow, I mean, we got some work on our hands.
Who's the better twin?
Well, I mean, honestly, we don't have but a couple more weeks of TV tapings to figure this one out. Because, I mean, if you guys watch long enough, they're not here very long.
Aaron, you got to move quick.
Yeah, I'll have it tonight. There's still a better twin team than the Harris brothers. So.
Oh,
and the Cole twins, by the way, they're a better twin team than the Cole twins.
We haven't even got to the Harris brothers yet, because when the Harris brothers get here, that's when we get Bobby Starr and Dwayne Gill. I'm pretty sure they made TV, right?
Think so.
Oh, I hope so.
Anything on this squash match, guys? I mean, I thought, it was what it was. It was
The
funny thing is this squash match.
It's
to me,
exactly what it needed to be.
Well, and it was probably the least sloppy match on this show.
Well, because Curtis has experience working in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has experience working for TV. You know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything that's stupid, and nor does he feel like he would have to. He's like, here, I'm at this bullshit show. I'm making X amount of money, and watch this.
They're gonna say there were 1,500 people here anyway, so it's gonna sound good.
Yeah, brother. You got any money?
You got any money? I mean, the parking's free, but you got any money?
Nope.
Yeah, he was probably pissed off they had to pay for parking. he got duped because the guy who drove him there was probably pissed because he had to pay for parking. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like Curtis is, I'm sure he treated that like it was a TV taping.
Mm-hmm.
And, he had a job guy.
Yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, even not even just WWF experience, but he was in, WCW before too, wrestled on TV as Big Cat. I don't think he wrestled there as Hughes. He was just Luger's bodyguard, but he wrestled as Big Cat on WCW also.
Right.
So, yeah.
So he
knows his way around the squash match.
Yeah, you keep it short. You play the hits.
Mm-hmm. We have another ad for the ECW Academy. We skip over that. And now Maddie is telling us about the voting for the main event. You get to vote for the main event at Holiday Hell. You can make it Sherry versus Hawk. But anyway, the gist is you get to call the ECW hotline and vote for what two wrestlers you want to see in the main event at Holiday Hell. Coming up, what do they say? December
26th.
26th.
I think it's the 26th.
So to highlight some of the stars, check this out, folks. To highlight some of the stars that you can vote for to be in this main event, we get Paulie narrating a good video about Sabu, and Paulie always does a fantastic job of describing and putting someone over. They show the video of last week of Terry Funk choking Joey Styles. They show an Iron Man video of Road Warrior Hawk, and I did save this for last, even though he was third. And the other one that they want you to try to vote for possibly is Sal Balomo, because he's here too. He's part in that main event mix in the ECW.
I could have sworn that somebody said his name was Sal Vitaro. I don't know who, but when I heard Sal, my ears perked up. I'm not watching because they're gonna just say like Road Warrior Hawk, Terry Funk, whatever. And then I heard like Sal Vitaro, and then I realized that's the name of the auto parts place that's like right down the street from my house. And I needed a starter for my car, and I picked up and I went, "It's Sal, it's Palomo." It's not Salvataro. Who fucked that up?
It is Matty in the house, so he very well could have fucked that up.
I think it did say Salvataro because I wrote it down as Vataro. Salvataro. Yes.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to see Sabu versus Sal Balomo? That would be fantastic.
No, it depends on where the match is happening. I don't want to see it in an arena. I want to see it in like a Golden Corral.
Sal comes running in board shorts and a Hawaiian shirt.
I just feel like throwing the stuffed animals at Sabu and Sabu just eating them.
Yeah. Fantastic. Give me that match in a Goodwill.
Sabu does you moved on.
I was just eats the fucking stuffed animals, and Sal's just like a holy moly.
Yeah.
What have I done?
I was not thinking about the kids.
I mean,
Sabu moonsaults a chocolate fountain.
Oh, there you go. How about this? The night the Cheesecake Factory will never be the same. That's one of those shows that Paul runs at the arena that he puts out.
He would narrate it in his British voice. The night the Cheesecake Factory was never the same.
Yes.
The match
terror at Texas Roadhouse.
The match took place at the actual Super Sizzler. It was fantastic.
The Ponderosa
pound down. This sometimes
sounds like, why couldn't we have had it at the Spaghetti Factory or the Spaghetti Warehouse?
That's why the match never happened. Because Sal couldn't agree on where the match was happening. Sal had all these great ideas at the Spaghetti House.
Yeah, the Spaghetti Warehouse, Fazoli's. Come on.
A Chuck E. Cheese. At least a Chuck E. Cheese.
Fettuccinis. Alfredo. Oh, he said he was going to have a magnificent dinner. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, we didn't have it there.
Sabu wants it at the Bombay Bicycle Club. It's insane.
No, he was at the Bombay bus stop.
So yeah, you could pick that match if you wanted to at Hardcore Hell, ladies and gentlemen. And then to follow that up, we get the announcement of listen to this main event for next week's show that we have to look forward to. Tony Stetson, Johnny Hotbody, and Hunter Q. Robbins III against the Sandman, JT Smith, and Peaches. It's a main event in any high school in the country, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Aaron.
Looking forward to it.
Said no one ever. All right. Up next. I want to say this. I want to make a statement here real quick. We have on this show, we have taken some shots and we have been a little hard on Sir Chris Michaels. And I just have to say, this guy's fucking terrible. He is terrible. This next match, Tommy Cairo and Chris Michaels. I've never worked a match in my life. I've never even laced up a pair of wrestling boots. But I can tell you, Chris Michaels is not a good worker. Am I wrong, Chad?
I mean, who am I to judge? He's okay. Maybe he's not like suitable for where he's at right now. I mean, for the position, but you know what I mean? He was trained.
I just saw so many things in this match where it was like Tommy Cairo was wrestling a wet noodle. Like Chris Michaels was out of place at times. There was a time where there was like a clothesline, or Tommy was supposed to miss the clothesline, and instead he hit the top of Chris Michaels' fluffy hair because Chris Michaels didn't go low enough, and just lots of stuff in this that made this match awkward where Chris Michaels screwed things up.
Well, I almost think that Cairo was the leader of the match. I don't think it was Cairo at all.
Mm.
I thought Cairo did a great job, and I saw Michael was kind of rushing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, to me, it looked like this would have been a very frustrating match for Tommy Cairo to work because,
like, he couldn't even get a pull off a good Luthez press with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Luthez
press. It was really awkward.
Bad.
You can't pull off a good Luthez press. And how is Tommy Rich going to be the champion?
But yeah, just this match, it was another doozy, another sloppy match in my opinion, and it wasn't Tommy Cairo's fault. I think it was just the fact that Chris Michaels was out of his depth.
It's the fact that neither one of them were good enough for a TV match. That's what it was.
And I did think it was funny, like at the end of it, like they both stood up and they did that thing when like two babyface wrestlers have what they think is like a classic match, and they like embrace and hold each other's arms up. They're like, they were waiting for like the people. They were waiting for the people to give them like the standing.
Yeah, like,
they were waiting for the people to give them like a standing ovation or whatever because they had this Matt classic, and it was just like they're like, go the fuck home.
Standing ovation.
It was just bad.
A standing ovation.
That's what they were expecting. Like they hugged and then they like held each other's arms up.
No chance they were expecting a standing ovation.
They were acting like they wanted one. You go back and watch it.
They could have acted like Romeo and Juliet, but they didn't get any of it. Yeah, they didn't get nothing.
And another throwaway match that didn't advance anything here in this show, and the match wasn't good. And did it sound like Jason was calling his commentary in on a phone? Like it sounded like Joey was on the mic and Jason was on the phone. I don't know what was going on there, but I do like the formation or the beginning of the formation of Joey Styles' hatred of Jason, which would pretty much go through the whole run of ECW. So apparently that's the one constant in ECW is Joey Styles hates Jason.
Well, that's because Jason is I don't know, how do you say he's a resident near Paulie, so he can make it to the studio. Do permanent.
Yeah.
I did kind of laugh a little bit when he pulled up when that car pulled up and he was on the hood of it and he jumped off. That was kind of
no, the dude. No, he's like what did he goes. This is a beautiful match, like my pants and my jacket. That was a fun line.
Well, that's Jason.
But yeah, Aaron, you're right. The car deal was great too.
That was funny.
It was a good entry. And that's how not exactly how they end the show. They're pretending to end the show.
Gotta have a what?
Yes, we're going to go to a roughneck. At least, we got a break from Slam this week. We got a break from Slam. And
MC Light.
MC Light with Roughneck.
That album was good, by the way.
Of course, because, Mr. Hughes is the Roughneck, Mr. Hughes. And Maddie closes the show. And that's all I wrote. I think he said $5 and then November to Remember's regret you'll never forget. And then he signed
free parking.
Free parking. And then they show
they should have had the guy that runs the bingo hall, the arena, like standing there like beating them with like ads for $5. Like while Maddie's standing there trying to promote the show, like the guy's going, tell him it's $5.
Have you said it's $5 yet?
Yeah,
have you mentioned it at all?
Parking's free.
Free.
Like it could have been like Gamma Singh. Like tell him. They
didn't do it. Missed opportunity. And that's it. That's it for that edition, this edition of ECW. That's a wrap. November 23rd, 1993. Either that's a wrap or get the hook. One of the two. So that's what I'll ask you guys. When you watch this show and it's over, did you want to say that's a wrap or did you want to say get the hook?
I'll let Aaron go first.
I felt sick.
Ill? You felt ill?
Yes, it made me feel ill. It was pretty. This one was this wasn't a very good show. I just thought it was nothing happened. Nobody I wanted to see in a match was on it, and like we got Sabu in here now. Taz is here. Tommy Dreamer's here, but we have like none of these people.
Yep.
Well, there was only one match, wasn't there?
There was 4 of them.
I actually wrote down. I don't want to cut you off, Aaron. I'm sorry, but I did actually write down. I was like the match quality in the show was reminiscent of Cabrini. Like it was like we took a step backwards here this week.
Yeah, I don't know what this was, but this wasn't a step forward. This was just bad.
Well, do you grade it?
No.
All right. Well,
It's an incomplete. It's an incomplete. It wasn't. I can't say it was bad enough. I'll let you guys try to articulate it better than I can.
Like I said, I just see as I watched the show, it wasn't good. I didn't get like you said. I mean, a few weeks ago, it was so promising because you had Taz and you had Sabu and you had Shane Douglas. It was like, here we go, and then now we're back to this, and it just it wasn't good. And like I said, I see a tug of war, or not a tug of war, but a Paulie trying to drag Todd into his vision, I guess. And again, like I said earlier, if you guys think I'm off base. But that's what I see. I see we're going back and forth here, you know. It's like 2 different shows sometimes. Like this week's show is a completely different show than 2 weeks ago.
yeah, I just don't know where they're at because I wasn't physically there for a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this seems like this was not stuff that was current stuff. You know?
Yeah, definitely felt the matches on the show felt dated. The promotion obviously is in real time because they're beating this next TV taping into our head, and we kept joking about the $5 tickets and blah blah blah. But yeah, the matches themselves felt dated. It felt like we went back to maybe not all the way back to Cabrini, but definitely back to the
it was culinary.
So that being said, I think overall we all gave this this was kind of a waste of an hour to watch, but not a waste of an hour of a podcast, I'll tell you that.
All right. It was terrible. I don't know. I mean, it was awful. I'm trying to come up with some other adjectives. It was awful. It was just It was almost offensive. I mean, my time's worth money too, right? I think. Seriously, what is this? I don't know.
Next week's pitch for their show, they're gonna be like, at $5 a ticket, what do you want from us?
Well, I mean, I might have a little nugget for next week's show, buddy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, how much time do we got?
We have as much time as you would like, Mr. Austin.
Well, we only got like a minute and a half or so, according to my time. We might have the promoter. That could be the guy, the reason why they didn't have the Maryland show.
Oh, yeah. See, I was going to ask you about that and ask you why that got moved. Or why you thought that got moved. I didn't know if you knew for sure or not. But we might have the actual person that knows for sure.
And he's also the heir apparent to the last name Whipwreck. And he said he would come on, but he'd really much rather do his story checks out. I checked it out.
Okay.
I looked at everything, and everything that we're reviewing right now is right along with the time frame. All of it.
Okay.
It all does. Remember I was mentioning the Cecil College stuff a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that. And he said, "Oh, yeah, I'll do it." He goes, "What do I give a fuck?"
So this is the guy. So, excuse me. This is the guy that was promoting the show that you were on when we were kind of joking that Bundy had to rush to the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well, that would be awesome.
This is also the guy that promoted the show with Paulie. That Paulie, once he found out how much money it cost to run Maryland, he got pissed off and tried to like fuck him over. And he said, "You're not doing that," you know. And so that's where Mikey Whipwreck came around.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, we'd love to have him on if he wants to come on, or if he wants to record something for the show. That'd be awesome. One thing I want to remind everybody about is please do join us on our Facebook group, Reliving the Extreme. Apparently, Aaron's going to have that nail biter of a poll coming up on the group page. You can talk about ECW, conversations about the show, things we talk about in the show. Also, join us on the We Can't Wrestle podcast and the We Can't Wrestle podcast Facebook group as well. Follow us on Twitter at Relive Extreme. And yes, this weekend, WrestleNet Radio begins as well. 24/7, 365. We'll check out WrestleNet Radio. We'll get you some information on that in the groups as well. And anything else? Some more. Anything else? That's what I was going to say. Anything else you guys want to say about what you might be doing for WrestleNet Radio? Aaron and Chad have been cooking up some schemes here for some possible shows.
Aaron never called me.
I got busy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, for a week?
It was a long week, man.
You're busy making beans? I mean, a whole entire week you were busy? Not 5 minutes, not 2 minutes, not 6 minutes, not 7 minutes? No.
I get off of work at like 10 o'clock. You want me to call you at 10 o'clock at night?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't sleep. I'm an insomniac.
All right. I didn't want to call you at 10 o'clock at night and be a dick and call you at 10 o'clock at night.
Sure.
Folks, this is how the sausage is made.
Yeah, I don't sleep, man.
All right.
But I definitely am. There is something. Aaron and Chad are cooking something up for the WrestleNet Radio, because I'm going to look forward to that. Just because I want to hear a show with them without me, just for me to sit back and listen. That's going to be a blast for me. And we've got some other shows cooking up there as well. Plus, when we're not live or when one of these original shows is not on, every episode of the We Can't Wrestle podcast, every episode of Reliving the Extreme are also always playing there as well. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited about it. I've been working hard to get it going, and we're going to go for it. And hopefully it turns into something big. That being said,
there's no reason why it shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. And I really, honest to God, I think that it's nobody else is doing it. You know, it's to me, it's something that, you know, there's a market for, I think. And I think it's going to work. We're just going to have to.
We have enough support with our We Can't Wrestle podcast people and our Reliving the Extreme, you know, group people. That, yeah, there's no chance that it cannot work. It has to work.
And
faith.
Oh, absolutely. And you guys, thank you for joining me, Chad and Aaron. I appreciate it. And thank you all of our listeners for listening and your support. And we will see you next time around as we continue reliving the extreme.